Okay, so just a quick update on what's going on today. And you can see we've got the pound and the euro. I'm recording this in our webinar room because it allows me to annotate the charts just to make it a little bit more fun if I can find the annotation button. And right now, where do I find it? There, annotate. And we want to draw a line. And you can see what we're looking at here on the left is the euro, and that's where the price is now. Isn't that fantastic to have this drawing ability? And we've seen a downtrend on the euro. And in fact, if I just clear that and zoom in, or out rather, on the euro, you can see this downtrend has been in force for quite a long time. So it goes, well, all the way back there. So we've had this move down. It's been pretty steady up until there. And then we've had this very more dramatic downturn in the last number of hours, perhaps about a day or day and a half. And normally when we get this climatic finish, it often ends and signifies the end of a trend. Now, we managed to collect some of this movement today, which was fantastic. Initially, we were kind of against the trend for the first couple of trades, one on this one and one on the pound. But we managed to join the trend. And now what I'm looking at is a reversal. And I'm waiting for a particularly important trigger, and that's a very simple thing. It's a break of this downward trend line. We've had this climatic move down, and you'll see it even more so on the pound. So anyway, before I buy the euro, I'm waiting for a trend line break. So that one we've got nothing on. And then the pound, I'm already in that long. As you can see, I've got a small position there on the pound. And if I zoom into the pound, or zoom out rather, you'll see a very similar sort of thing going on. And you can see this prolonged movement down. We were looking to buy over here earlier today, but then we reversed and joined the downtrend and did well on that. But you can see once again, we've got this climatic move down, which often signifies the end of a move. It's the last gasp or the last burst or the last fling, the last chance at the market of really moving much lower. And often you see this as the last stage of a prolonged trend. And if I just clear that and perhaps just, yeah, so you can see, in fact, how oversold the pound is. So if I put this little fancy drawing tool back on here, so we had a small downtrend there, not much. And we had a long, prolonged downtrend there. And now we've got this almost vertical drop. So you can see how the gradient of the downtrend has progressively got steeper as time has gone on. And as I said, often this would be indicative of a last attempt at the market to continue this momentum downwards. And often it does signify the end of a move. So what's the strategy? Just to let you know, so we've managed to pick up some nice pips on the way down. And now I'm already long on the pound. And you can see we've got this, well, tiny little reversal candle set up there. Got a little spike high, a little hammer doji type candle, inverse hammer, and just the beginnings of a bullish candle. So we're a bit premature on that. But if we break up through this trend line, and I'm sorry, but I keep on wanting to use this tool because it's so fun. If we break up through this downward trend line, like something like that, so I expect we'll get a move like that, something like that, maybe a double bottom over here, like that, and then a move up to, first of all, this resistance level, and then with a bit of luck, we'll move higher, maybe 100 pips or 150 or maybe even 200 pips, which would take us to the next resistance level, which I'll try and show you. which is this area here. So we kind of want to be over there a little bit later on with this move. And that'll only take us about a third at the most, probably even just a quarter of the way back up this downtrend. So that's not even a very dramatic reach, not a very ambitious target, but that's at about 1.2, let's call it 1.28, and we're at about 1.2620. So that's actually approaching, well, 150 to 200 pips above us. So that's a long way above us. If we could get there, that would be fantastic. That would be one trade for the rest of this month, maybe this week, maybe even before Friday, or perhaps into next week, but we'll have to see what happens. So that's a strategy for today. I just wanted to update you with that. I thought it was interesting. And good luck to all of you. There's the euro. You can see we've just hit that downtrend line and bouncing back down again. So there's definitely no trade on here until or unless we break convincingly above this trend line, particularly given the circumstances in Europe at the moment. The pound, well, there's no reason for it to really have fallen so far so quickly. I think it was just a matter of, as they say, the bears falling out of the window or falling down the stairs. Sometimes these moves happen. It's a release from the upward pressure, and it happens quickly and seriously and furiously, but often it reverses just as fast. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Well, take care, and I'll speak to you when I speak to you again.